Good morning, everyone. I wanted to touch base with you this week and just talk through what's going to happen over the coming weeks. Now, thank you very much for all of you sending through your projects yesterday. There's a couple more outstanding, but once I get a chance to sit down, I will go through those and give them a good look, hopefully give you a grade and give you some feedback. I will use this to help write the references, and I will use this to start to do your UCAS predicted grades. But don't worry. Just because of the situation we're in, I'm not going to base the whole of my UCAS reference writing and the whole of my UCAS prediction writing based on this one project. But well done, you worked really, really hard. Normally, we would carry on we would make a concept model, you'd be on the laser cutter, testing and do an evaluation. But it's come to the point where we need to stop the last project and we will start with our new A Level 2020 coursework launch. So this is the information to help you start your coursework project. It's important to remember that this coursework project is worth 50% of your A-level. All the work you've done before, the project work we started with the radio and until this last, doesn't count towards your A-level. It gives you the skills needed to complete this amazing project. There is no set title for this coursework project, unlike the GCSE. You have to come up with the project. It's approximately 45 pages long. And the portfolio is 75% of your mark, and the making is only 25% of your mark. It may surprise you that some of you will spend a long time doing your making and realise it's only worth 25% of the marks. That's why it's so important to actually put a lot of effort into your folder, get it sorted, make it look nice, lots of deep research, lots of design skills and evaluation and analysis to get those high marks. So if you don't do too well on the making or you don't finish whatever, this helps to support your work. Now, you need to start to think about identifying your context. Okay, so this context is really important. You're going to be working on this until March next year. The deadline will be around the end of March. So you need to get something in your mind as an idea for a context that's going to sustain your interest. So please don't start thinking about ideas of what you're going to make. You are going to start thinking about a problem that you could solve. And through your designing and research, you will come up with a solution. Please, can you discuss your context ideas with your parents and just think about any issues you have around the house. Your house is going to be an amazing source of research over these coming weeks and months because of the lockdown and the situation we're in. Use your house to kind of identify a problem and keep it simple. Now, what I want you to start doing is start to list through brainstorming a series of different possible contexts. Okay, I want you to think about anything that you can think of as an area that concerns you. Keep it small scale. Don't start thinking about how you're going to save the whales around the coast of Japan or you're going to get all the plastic out of the sea. Keep it simple. Keep it small scale. I mean, ideas for issues could be furniture, could be education and preschool, could be nature, could be sport, anything that interests you. You will need to refer to the PowerPoint that I'm going to send a link out to, and we only are working up to page 22 of it this week. Please don't be alarmed thinking, oh my God, he wants me to read through 22 pages. They are quite simple pages. The example on there stipulates that you have to stick to one of the prescribed contexts I've set. For this time round, I'm going to let you choose your own contexts. I can't remember exactly which ones are on there, but they're just starting points. If you want to come up with your own context, absolutely brilliant. Now, when you've got your context, what I want you to do is to start to come up with problems within that context. Okay, so if you pick nature, you could say that you need to think about a wildlife hide. You could think about a box that's going to be taken into primary schools to help educate young people about the importance of looking after nature. You could think about some sort of outdoor device that helps to kind of promote nature. You could think about a display board that goes to a local park. Anything associated with this context of nature as an example. You don't obviously have to do nature. When you've done that, I would like you to write 5 possible briefs with the context in mind. So out of all those ones that you've listed about all those problems, you could say, I want to design and make a display board for a local nature reserve. Or you could say, I want to create a bat box to promote the kind of bat population around Whitstable or something like that. So I only want you to write 5 briefs. So you're going to kind of come up with lots and lots of issues, but you're going to narrow it down to 5 briefs. Now, the way that I want you to present that is I'd like you to have your brainstorm, showing all your ideas for context. When you pick your context, write a list of these probably 20 issues associated. And then here, I'd like you to put 5 different briefs associated with the brainstorm to that and then there. Okay. So as I said, I'd like you to read up to slide 22 and start to do task 1. After slide 22, it starts talking about writing an introduction, etc., and beginning your target market research. All I want you to do is to send me via the assignments tab on Teams the 5 briefs, or the PowerPoint slide that shows you've done a brainstorm and you've got your possible issues and you've done your 5 briefs. So I can just quickly look through those and think, yeah, genius, I like this project, it's a really good idea. Or think, oh my God, how are you going to do this? You're never going to kind of save the great green spider in the Amazon jungle by making a box. It's never going to happen because you're never going to get to the Amazon jungle. So we're going to keep it quite small scale, keep it simple, keep it something that you're interested in. Now, as I said, you're going to send that through via the assignments tab by Saturday. It's important you do it by Saturday. It is only a really, really small piece of work. At worst, you could even do it on a piece of paper and send it through so I can have a look before you put pen to paper on PowerPoint. I need to look through this so then I can think, yeah, that's a really good title. So then I can give you the go ahead for your coursework area, your context, and you can start to write your introduction next week. Now, what happens after the weekend? You're going to, as I said, you're going to start writing your introduction, and then you're going to start to find a target market, and you're going to discuss your context with your target market, and you're going to carry out a survey asking them what their thoughts are and what their issues are associated with it. Maybe you won't release your briefs just yet. You're just going to kind of test the water and say to them, do you like going to your local park? Do you find the information in your local park interesting and informative? For example, what would you like to see on a display board? So you're not telling them what you're hoping to do. You just kind of test the water. And then we're going to begin the research in your context. Now, what usually happens with this project is you do your brief, and then through the research, your brief will evolve. So you might stick with an idea of doing a bat box, but actually through your research, you realise bat populations aren't the problem. It's educated people about bats. So you might have to change your project slightly, etc., and develop a completely different idea for a project. Now, obviously next week we all start to go back into school. On a week 1, which is beginning next week, you are going to see me on the Thursday and start doing some project work. We're going to continue with this. We're going to do some discussions in the classroom based on the introduction, how to conduct your research, etc. And on a week 2, you're going to see Miss Pennells, and you're going to start doing or continue doing your theory. So you will only see me once every 2 weeks, and you'll see Miss Pennells once every 2 weeks. Please make sure you attend. It's really, really important. I know the current situation is a bit bonkers at the moment, but it'd be lovely to see you and kind of discuss, touch base, see how you're doing. And a friendly face will make everything better when it comes to kind of worrying about coursework projects and theory. Now, our aims, mine and Miss Pennell's aims for term 6 is to complete the research section of your project. So you're going to do your introduction, your brief, primary research, secondary research, target market interview, start doing some site surveys, etc. We will get that piece of work sorted. So by the time we come to the summer holidays, you could just put your project down, lay back, kick your feet up, and start thinking about enjoying the summer rather than worrying about schoolwork. So when we return in September, we start doing our initial ideas. Miss Pennells is going to help prepare you for an exam you've got in September, which is going to be your return to sixth form. It would have been your mock exam you would have had in July. We will hopefully use this as a really good identifier to prepare you for your summer exams the following year. We will also use how well you've done with your completed research and preparing for your exam and your kind of how well you've done in the exam to help us with our UCAS references and also for our UCAS predicted grades. Now, on that note, if you are considering doing DT further, you're thinking about going to university, please do let me know if you want to study DT, because then I can help tailor your UCAS reference based on that. And the last thing to say is kind of see you on Thursday. We are really looking forward to seeing you all. We want to see kind of how you've been getting on, discussing. It's all very well people sending through work on Teams, but it's nothing like seeing you all in person. So we're looking forward to seeing you on Thursday. Thank you very much.